We cannot have these 36-year legislators. Our framers originated the idea of the citizen legislature. That would be people who lived and worked in the real world.
Right.
Who would, out of a sense of responsibility, they would put some time in to help govern the country. They were never meant to be a House of Lords, which is what we have now.
Right, and they are firmly ensconced, and they want that pension, and they want all their perks, and they could not care less what their constituents say. Because when they're in Washington...
don't tell me about it. With Mary Bonomack and I've gone around a few times over the first TARP 1 and cap and trade, and that was exactly the response that I got.
That's just incredible.
She actually, I asked her about it in person after she voted for TARP, and she said, well, I was getting hundreds of phone calls, and all of my constituents were against it, but I felt it was the right thing to do. And if that doesn't make the hair on the back of your neck stand up, then you truly have no concept of what a republic is supposed to be.
That's scary. But I know it's
not to make independent decisions. Her job is to do what we tell her to do.
Absolutely.
And this is a fairly conservative district for California, so people were very agitated about TARP, and they were extremely irate about cap and trade, and she did it anyway.
Well, maybe they'll vote her out. What are the chances of getting people like her out?
Well, she'll be very easily defeated, but she'll be replaced by a green liberal. I mean, they're completely honest. We're under siege here.
Yeah.
I think what she did was try to co-opt the environmental issue from her potential opponent in 2010 is what she tried to do, and I think it's going to be a massive failure because the most likely candidate to run against her right now is Mayor of Palm Springs, another guy his resume is almost as impressive as Obama's. He's never done a damn thing. And downtown Palm Springs is a mess, but that's really not a problem on the liberal side. But he's a big greenie, so I don't know that was a good strategy. But what I'm outraged about is that this indifference that they have. I mean, I have two senators, Boxer and Di-Fi, as cap and trade makes its way to the Senate. What is the value of my phone calls and emails to those two?
Exactly.
I have no representation in California right now.
Yeah, you're right. That's pretty scary.
Yes. I know exactly what I'll get when I call them.
Right. You'll get rudely reprimanded and reminded that never to use the word ma'am.
Well, it's typical of liberals because they have no concept of how business works, so they never understand the notion of income versus overhead. See, I'm actually income. They're overhead, but they don't have the business acumen to understand that.
Right.
Because how many of these people have ever worked in a real job?
Not too many.
Yes, we're not getting good customer service. It's time to do some firing. But again, I think if there's one issue that we need to really push hard for, it would be term limits. That's the only way to clean some of this garbage out. I mean, you want more Barney Frank and Charlie Rangel time? And Pelosi and all these other absolute terrors. Boxer and Di-Fi have long outlived their expiration dates.
Yeah. The arrogance is palpable.
Yeah.
And that's unacceptable. And all over the country, wherever you go, you hear this incredible, not only ignorance, but arrogance to the point of they're essentially saying, how dare you bother me?
Correct.
I am busy now making my deals and feathering my nest, and don't come near me.
We had that on a very local level. The city council person in, I think it was Palm Springs, who got a little hot water for being overheard as saying that she was sick and tired of taking phone calls from constituents.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised she got into hot water. We had that with Alice Germont last year.
She's still around, but there was commentary about it.
Yeah. They were sick and tired and didn't want to be bothered and didn't want people telling them that they had an interest in the election laws and the campaign laws and so forth. And it's amazing that people get to these positions and have absolutely no compunction about being completely inappropriate with their constituents or the people they're serving. They don't realize they're serving anyone.
They're not. They're not serving us.
No. They don't realize they even should be serving us.
I'm getting the signal here. I'm having a wonderful time, but I think I've got 5 minutes left.
Okay. Well, this is there's so much to talk about that
there is.
We could go on forever, but any parting shots or closing words that you...
Closing brilliance?
Yeah, closing brilliance.
Term limits. Oh, gosh, there's so many things to talk about. read the book. We're anticipating an August release date now. We had to make a few revisions and a few changes, but it looks like we're good to go for August.
Okay,
and
so
I think that what's going to distinguish Obama Nuts from, obviously there's going to be a boatload of Obama bashing books now that we've seen him in action, is that it's not entirely Obama and his campaign. I want America to take a look at our own part in enabling this, how we allow this to happen, because it couldn't have happened in a vacuum, even with a powerful, out-of-control media and well-orchestrated campaign. Something in our collective psyches put us in a position where we'd fall for a cult leader.
Absolutely.
And we need to really explore that and understand that. So that's an approach that I don't think you're going to see elsewhere.
And
again,
that is very important.
Our psychological turn of mind, because we've got to understand this. Otherwise, we'll do it again.
Yeah. Those are wise words. And again, I urge everyone to look for Obama Nuts. I think our producer put it in the chat already, but I will definitely be looking forward, because this is the kind of thing we've got to get the word out on. Thank you so much for joining us, Joy, and I want you to know
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it.
A blanket invitation to return at any time.
Oh, I'd love to.
Great. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.